Hey, this is Hansman. Once again, welcome to my channel, and this time we are going to continue the MERN lesson that we had. I think this is now my 12th video, and perhaps we have pretty much done uh, connecting our front end to our um, MERN database. So we are now literally um, connecting our front end form from the React development, and we have literally applied the routes that we have done it from the server side, which is particularly on the couple of crude implementation, only the post routes, and later we're going to apply the get route for retrieving all the students data or record, which is stored in our MongoDB. So basically we're done on the server side at the moment, only for those couple of crudes, because after this lesson, next video we're going to be completing the rest of the crude, which is the delete, the update, and search, of course, and of course some modification on our app.js, that the update and the delete will button will be added over there, and some other functionality to be linked to your routes, of course. So without further ado, let's head on to our component, which is the manage. So basically the manage is still empty. We're just literally uh, displaying like a column of that we will be requiring to display and pull out the data from our MongoDB. But this time, since we have done already the issues installation from our back end, from our front end, so we can just straight from our manage a manage component, and this time we might be including maybe a bit later for the use state, but the most important is we're going to import also again the issues here, because we will going to apply this uh, from our asynchronous data, of course, that will be going to use in our retrieving the files. Okay, so we will be completely using those asynchronous functionality, and probably we will be using use effect for now. That's why we could probably import uh, the React use state. So I'll be using probably the use state use state and use effect right, and from our React. Right, so we're gonna be on this React. Right, so for now, okay, anyhow I have it there already, so I'll just include them together. Right, so let me save this one for now. Right, so this time this one, no need to sync, so because we're not be waiting for any functionality or method built-in function like a computation, but perhaps we might be assigning a new use states here. Constant value should be inside our component, so I might be defining a new constant name, maybe list of students. Later we'll just use this one, students, and let's make set a list of students. Okay, students camel case, right, and this will be equal to use state will be right, so empty for now. Right, and probably we might be needing also for the counting of the records. If you remember from our server, we have already included functionality for counting the students. We have that count documents, and we will going to pull out this get route from our node.js. So we will going to include that one also in our manage.js. Right, so I'll be defining a constant again, and it would be a count, okay, record, and this will be set count, okay, record, okay, and of course with s or without s doesn't matter, okay, right, and this will be a number, so we'll just make a use state is the value of 0, right, value will be 0, right. So let's save this. So this time we're going to use the property of use effect. Okay, so we're going to make a try and catch over here, but we have to define first the get. Basically what we have done in the student, we have defined what you call this one, a response, and that response is a wait for asux.post from that particular local host running on our server port 3001 with the router with the routes add student. So this time what we're going to do in our manage, we're going to define the use effect, right? So okay, we're going to use the use effect, right, use effect, and we'll start with an arrow function probably, right, and let's probably have this in an open and curly bracket, but perhaps okay, one sec. I'll just use the function later function with an arrow function, right, and then a curly bracket over here, right, but this will be point to later to 10, okay, over there, right. So this use effect is later we're going to use a function here that perhaps will be terminated as a passing parameter here. So I might use okay, double bracket over here and open over here, so as I can make another empty function here later, and this will be pass to our function. Okay, parameter, probably I'll just make here use effect, or I'll just delete this one though. Let me simplify it. Okay, this will be okay, asux, okay, asux dot get, and that would be equivalent to our http colon double slash local host, and coming from the port 3001, and we'll use the route manage, which we defined it from our API node.js, and probably I'll just make here then a response here, right. This is included from our response. Probably we will use a curly bracket over here, just like this one. Okay, right, so this asux get is later will be defined from our asux manage.js, but it seems that there's an error there, so let me just complete this. I will make a definition of response here, right. This would be the response, right, and I'll be using this further into my function since I have already done this part, Alright, so okay. Let me check my parameter. I think I'm being creating a double issues function here. Right, so a little confusion on this part actually. I'm not supposed to work on this. Probably would be a double function here later, and this will be an arrow function here with an issues. Yeah, that's correct. And this issues will be linked to then response here. Right, so this response will be equal to my curly bracket here, right? So this time this should terminate over here, right? And let me just complete this function now, right there. So I could set now the list of student here with that particular function response, right? Response dot data. So I have done this one previously already, and now this time as a result, right? So this will be terminated here, and we also done count records, right? And this would be the response that we will also use, but this will also show the data, which is account documents actually, and this will be terminated there. So lastly, might be console that show the log, so that we could display the list of students over here. And this should be terminate. So we need a try catch to work on this. The try catch, we're going to be somewhere here. So we will have a catch error, right? There will be a catch here that will appear ERR. This is a message. We have done it in our node. This will going to be function R, right? Function R. Okay. Right, this will going to be auto function, and we will going to invoke console here, console, and by just log an error. Of course, this will going to be the variable ERR. So we have done this one in our server side, and definitely this kind of confusing here. We have to terminate this one with curly bracket basically, right? And this time this is a curly bracket over here with a close here, semicolon there, and I think I need one more. Okay, curly bracket there and comma with an empty one, right? So one sec. Catch error. Right, so we have catch error. Right, function here. This is a arrow function. Console.log error, and this time I'm showing it in semicolon. Terminate here, and with this semicolon. So perhaps use effect here. It's using issues. Right, then the response over here. Right, so I have a couple of stuff there. just debugging our catch error. Okay, got it. So this time let's return back this one now. Yeah, it should be closed there. So this one should be an error, console error, and okay, let me save this one. Let's see my client terminal. I have inspected some error somewhere in line 21. Right, line 21 over here. Okay, log error, catch error, okay. Okay, so this is what we forgot there, right? So basically the open brackets is not been open, right? Okay, so we have some count records not defined at the moment, so this one is fine for now, and later we're going to use this. There are some variables or constant which not been defined. Say for example this count records, it's pretty much ready there. Set count records, it's there, right? Okay, so we're going to use this one later on in our output here. So this is the result. Okay, we might be using a body, using a function here that we will going to define. This is the list. This will going to be the list. Okay, list of students over here, and we'll just pass the parameter here using a map. Okay, dot map. Right, this will gonna be our array, and later on this will name as a students. Right, we have students. I think I have used the students on the top. Right, students. Okay, so later we'll come back to that students, and then we'll pass the parameter for each one of these key. Alright, we'll put some key over here so we could carry on the retrieve the students dot underscore ID. That is, this underscore ID is coming from our MongoDB. So this one is the unique key here, so that's why we're using this one. And later each one of this we're going to retrieve with open and close curly brackets. Let's say this is students dot stud ID. Right, I think I can just copy this one, paste it over here. Let's just change it so as it will populate automatically from our table. The TD will go into populate automatically. Right, this is student name. This will be student name. This one is email. This is email. This one is dep. This one is coursework. Okay, coursework. This one is mid. This is final. Okay, this one is total mark. And this one probably result. We will just make this one as a result. Total mark. Maybe I need one more. This is pass mark. Pass mark. And maybe one more TD. Might add here. This would be the result. Right, so let me save this. Okay, so we're getting an error demonstration. Let's save student ID here. So suppose this is Omar Hassan, and this one is Omar at gmail.com. So suppose Omar belongs to engineering. Suppose Omar having a 24 marks. Let's say having 14 marks in midterm, and finals is 34 marks. The passing marks is 67. So we hit the compute total marks, and that shows 72, and that is passed, and record successfully added. So this time we'll see the managed students that will pulling up our data from our node coming from our API, of course, which is retrieving the record from the MongoDB, and there you go, it came this information. So, and we can see also at our backend straight from our oops, not this one, stud infos, right? Stud infos collection, yeah, this one, and it has to be recorded there, right? This is Omar Hassan. So let me once again insert record straight from our front end. Say for example this is 42J 12345. This is Fatima Lushi. Say Fatima at utas.edu.om. Say Fatima belongs to engineering. Let's say Fatima got 12 only in the coursework, 12 in the mid marks, and probably about 20 in the final marks, but her passing marks should be 67. And when we compute the total, record successfully added, and now it's failed. So let's see now manage student routes. It's appears now Fatima, which is failed there. Okay, so that would be it, and see you for our next video for implementing the rest of the routes methods that will include the puts, or I mean the updates, and search, as well as also for modifying, of course, the rest of the CSS file for our output. So see you then. Bye bye for now.